Welcome back to How You Slice It. This is the first episode on the road. We're taking the show on the road.
Nice.
And no better place to kick that off than Nino's Pizza here in Hillsdale, New Jersey with Anthony Beninati, owner-operator, family-run pizza shop. You've been in business for almost 30 years, and the restaurant has been a New Jersey staple for 2 generations. That's over 50 years. You're obviously doing something right. This week, I really want to dive into your story, your family story, and hear all about what makes Nino special. And obviously the family environment and the atmosphere here is infectious.
Yeah.
First thing
it's all
I did
about
is
the family at Nino's Pizza.
First thing you did was introduce me to everybody, and everyone on the team, your staff. It's all very much a family environment. So welcome to How You Slice It, Anthony. I'm excited for this conversation.
First, I'm glad to be here for How You Slice It. It's an amazing experience. Just a little nervous.
Don't be nervous. We're having fun.
Right?
We're just having a conversation.
That's true.
How many conversations have we had?
Plenty over the years.
This is
Probably
just
I've known you for
Yeah.
at least maybe longer.
More because
2017, I would think.
because COVID kind of threw a wrench there, so it feels shorter. But this is our next conversation. Consider it that.
Got it.
So, Anthony, one of the things that I just wanted to kick things off with is just a quick background on yourself. How did you come to obviously you took over for a prior generation, obviously.
Yeah,
but
my father started in 1967.
Yeah, walk us through the history of Nino's.
I think he started 1960. Maybe he'll stop in today. Maybe he'll interrupt our interview. It's possible. Very possible.
I hope he joins. Yeah.
He started 1967. He had a place in Rutherford, New Jersey. I think he either worked for someone or he started it out. And then from there, he branched off. I think it was, whatever. It's been like 5, 6, 7 places. And usually it's just about the secret is just work hard. We built it on family, whether it's employees, like kind of turn them into the family.
Yeah.
It's not just a number. Like it's a big company and someone's just a number. Over here, it's family. And, we're with them more. We spend more time with the employees than our own family. And see, it's very emotional.
Yeah. And did your dad open up Nino's, or did he buy it from somebody else? Like, when did this shop first launch?
This shop was 2016, the end of 2016.
Got it.
We just sold a place in New York. We were there 2002 through 2015.
Got it. So that was a different pizza shop.
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay.
They're doing good. They're on Slice too.
Okay.
And
Where in New York?
Suffern, New York.
Got it. Okay.
It's not that far from here.
Yeah. And then you came here and opened this one.
Yep.
Got it.
2016, 2017. Really was the full year. 2006. It was like the end of 2016.
What was that first? What were the first few months like? Were you nervous?
No, it was normal.
Yeah.
Good story when we first opened. Everything was ready. We already had places for years. It was easy. First thing that happened, I ring up the customer. There's no money in the register. We forgot to load the register. So that's it. But we were good. Pizza? It was busy right away.
Got it. Free pizza?
Yeah, pretty much.
For that first customer?
Yeah, pretty much. We're like, there's no change. I guess it's free. Yeah. Unless they pay with credit card. It's free.
And one of the things that has made Nino's incredibly popular is you are so ahead of the curve when it comes to social media. And you include your team, your employees, and family members, and it's almost like this sitcom.
Pretty much.
Basically.
I think if we had a YouTube channel, we'd probably be like 10 million viewers in like a month.
We're
going to try that next.
Why don't we? But what's it like working with your family and separately, like what makes a really good hire for a pizza shop? This is a topic that many operators are struggling with today. What makes a really good hire, and what's it like working with family basically?
It's tough. You yell, you scream, but then the next day you're back to work. Actually, you can't curse on this, but you could say stuff, and like an hour later you're fine.
You could curse here. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, maybe I'll try. I don't know. It's like family. You just go nuts, and then like 10 minutes later you're fine.
Yeah.
It is what that's the restaurant business. And I tell people when they're here, this isn't Google. This isn't the Apple Store. If you want that, like you can't get mad and whatever. Something's going wrong. Go work at the Apple Store. It's actually up the street. It's a nice location at the Tice's Corner, the Apple Store. Mm-hmm. This isn't about that.
Yeah.
It's all about the customer getting the right food as quick as we can, quality, try to, take the orders correctly. Few mistakes. There's always mistakes, but we try to do as few as possible. And that's what it's about. And, the restaurant business is crazy.
One of the things that I noticed when I walked in, as I said in the introduction, is immediately you walked me around and you introduced me to everyone on your team. Some people have been here since day one. Some people joined a month ago, but immediately, everyone's names, obviously.
Yeah. Sometimes I get the names wrong.
Yeah. But what is tell me sort of your approach to building a team.
I don't know. It's almost like we wing it and then it works out. Go through a lot of different people, different personalities, and then it just works out.
What are the qualities you look for? When somebody sticks, what are the qualities you're looking for?
The goal is here. They have to know how to cook, make the pizzas the way we like, and a lot of them, most of them, they come here, quality people. They've been at other places that are successful, and they just know how to make the product.
Got it.
Which is the end result, the food for the customer.
Yeah, of course, the food, the quality, the consistency. I think that's the other thing, and you see it. I mean, even in your post, the product is just consistent, and I think that's what people expect as well.
Exactly.
Consistent product and consistent service.
Got it.
Did you always know that you wanted to run a pizza shop? Like, is this kind of what you were thinking when you were growing up? Like, how did you?
No.
Or was it sort of a family?
I guess thrown in the family, thrown in the fire in high school.
Okay.
Even there's some pictures of me in 5 years old making pizza boxes.
Really?
So.
And so your dad's running the shop. You end up being pulled in to help summers between, after school. How did you? When was the first time you started?
Through college. It just always worked.
Yeah. And it was always at the pizza shop.
Always at the pizza shop.
Have you ever had other jobs?
Yes, a couple other jobs.
What else have you done?
Worked for a communications company selling internet stuff in between pizzerias. Worked at a car dealership once. I like that. I like meeting the people, but restaurant, you just make everyone happy. So you serve them food, you're making them happy. Yeah. Car dealership has a different vibe.
Different experience for the customer. Yeah.
But for me, it was good. My customers, they loved me. It wasn't about the bad vibe. I tried to change it in the industry a little for what I did for the 6 months or the year I was there. But this is where I'm at.
And now you're one of the go-to shops in Bergen County. Yeah,
we got a lot of customers. Can we take a little shot of the customers right now? Look at them.
We have a lot of customers.
They're watching us. They love us. What do you love about Ninos?
You.
No. What about the food?
That's good too.
This is Bergen County, or are we on the fringe? Is this Bergen County?
Bergen County.
Bergen County. And you're one of the go-tos, obviously not only in your town but surrounding community. And right on time, how do you turn your customers into regulars and keep them coming back? I mean, we just got a glimpse as to how, but yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's the personality of the place. People like the food, they like the service, but maybe they like me. Maybe they like the pizza guy, the cooks, the phone person. Everyone's got a little personality. We're not robots. We're not into the automated robots.
Right.
Ninos will always be people.
What do you think about we'll talk about that, but what do you think about the robotic movement in pizza? Will you ever install robots, inside Ninos?
Maybe in a warehouse I'll open up one day. Just have robots, but if it's people coming in, I need people here, no robots.
Yeah.
But the robots are never late, right?
Yeah.
Consistent, maybe. I haven't seen them in action.
In terms of customers, are there customers who've been here since day one and they just come back?
Yeah, they come in. There's people that come in 2-3 times a week. They call my cell phone, like the customer that was just here. They'll just call me direct on the cell phone. And I'll be like, I'm busy. It's Friday night. What are you doing calling a pizzeria at Friday night? Call my phone. I want to place an order. I said, call the phone number. Because I can't do it. I can't, run around dispatching stuff, making stuff. And then they're calling my cell phone because they want a pizza and the phone's busy. The phone's busy because we're busy.
How often does it happen where the person doesn't even have to place an order? You just kind of know.
Yeah, that happens a lot too. But actually, most of the employees, they know the customer's orders better than me because they're really taking all the orders. The phone people, they just know.
Yeah.
They know the people's address. Oh, I know the house. You got to go to the back door. The lady's there, the dog, whatever, something. They just know. So it's actually my employees know probably more than me with the customers.
And that's
Because it's busy, so I can't do everything.
of course, and you have to. I mean, that's the formula for a successful shop. Is you've got to your team has to obviously take it on for you and ultimately become better than you, and in any business, whether it's
they
pizza
are.
or
I learned from them.
You learn from
Yeah, because they tell us stories, what happened, then we kind of tweak it for the next time, what to do.
You opened this location in 2015, 2016.
2016.
Yep.
Okay.
What went into like choose? How do you choose a location? How do you?
I mean, I grew up around here.
You grew up
I went
around
to
here, so you
Passaic
knew-
Valley High School in Hillsdale.
Mm-hmm.
I was grew up in Rivervale, New Jersey, which is the next town over.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of knew everyone already too.
Yeah. And it was.
And it's funny because the kids that work here, they all went to Passaic Valley High School where I went. They're like, "Get out! You went there too." I'm like, "Yeah." In the olden days, I used to walk uphill to work barefoot, and then have to walk to work. Same thing. No air conditioning. There was nothing back then.
Really?
Even though it was in the 90s, but that's what I tell them. They believe me.
And so you just kind of knew the town, and then this location became available. Like,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
was just
were
a
you looking for a
shutdown
place, or was it opportunistic?
Well, I thought I was going to retire. I said, no more pizza. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Then, like, 9 months later, I'm, like, ripping down the walls to build a pizzeria.
A pizzeria.
Yep.
What's the most difficult thing about running a pizza shop?
Difficult thing?
Yeah. Why no? Like when you said, "Look, I'm gonna retire, no more
I don't
pizzeria,"
think
because
it's
it's crazy.
difficult. For me, it's easy. Because I
Right.
do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything's difficult. If you told me to do, like, different job, like brain surgery, breaking the concrete in the road, to me, that's difficult.
Yeah.
But I do this every day, so it's easy.
It's easy.
It's just a lot of time,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't say it's difficult.
Got it. What was the formula for making this new location in 2016 successful? Like, was it kind of off to a fast start from day one, from month one, or was there a trial and error period? Like, what do you think was the formula for success for a new location like this one?
I don't know. I kind of just did what we've been doing to be successful and just applied it here.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the same product, good product. It was kind of busy from day one, and we stayed consistent and actually have grown year over year. And through hurdles, COVID and stuff, we just figured it out.
How was COVID for Ninos? What was the?
I think it was good in a way because we already delivered.
right.
We already did stuff like that, so we were ready.
Mm-hmm.
Just came full force, and we were ready.
And
We stayed open, same hours, the whole time.
And the demand was just
Yeah, because a lot of places were closed, or they weren't really set up for delivery like us.
right.
And I'm sure other pizzerias in the area, they were good too. They were
Yeah.
ready too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good places in the area. Mostly around here, most of the places are good. Pizzerias, restaurants, because you have to be good in this area.
Yeah.
You just won't last if you're
Yeah.
not good.
Of course. What's some advice you would give to someone in Colorado listening who's thinking about opening up a pizza shop?
I think they should call me first, and I'll give them unfiltered advice.
Well, let's do it. This is unfiltered.
You have to be a little crazy
Okay.
to work the hours, and if you think you're just gonna open a place and just hire people and not go, it's gonna be a for rent sign on that door
Quickly.
very quickly.
So you have to be present. Like absentee ownership is not gonna work out.
I don't know, not for me. Maybe some people have done it, they can do it, but I don't know if they can really actually grow sales and be as hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But for me, it's usually just one at a time and just be there. You know, obviously leave, do your thing. We have family and everything,
course.
but you got to be in it, and then you give the place your love, so to speak.
yeah. Of
It's
course.
like anything else.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Beyond that, what are some, whether it's adoption of technology, I mean, we'll talk about that. You're always at the forefront of adopting the latest technology and solutions to help operate the place, but also give consumers access to mobile ordering
Yeah.
and all these things.
Well, I'm really into, like, we have to make the food correct, you know, deliver it, all that stuff. That's the pizzeria. You're making the food, the sauce, the cheese, everything like that, consistent product. The last thing you want to do is worry about the order, adding up the tickets, doing this, doing that, then the customer on the phone, the credit card number. It's just time consuming. We're not in the telecommunications phone business. We
Right.
don't have call centers.
Right.
We make pizza. So this just makes it seamless, smoother.
The technology.
The
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah.
You have to adopt the technology.
Yeah. And orders are just kind of printing out. You don't have to worry
You
about
don't have to worry
writing
about
things
it.
down.
Oh, I said half pepperoni. It's full pepperoni. You clicked it.
Yeah.
Like I always tell people, and even I tell the customers, do you call up Amazon? Do you say, oh, I need this? No. You click it on the computer, you hit the button, and you order your Amazon, and it tells you how long it's going to be. 1 to 2 days. Nino's, it's going to be 45 to an hour and a half. It's better than Amazon, right? We're
is
better
better.
than Amazon.
It is, and it tastes
We'll be
better.
there in
It tastes
we'll be
better
there
than
in 30
Amazon.
minutes sometime if it's not that busy.
I have this conversation with a lot of different people. I remember when it was all phone based, the amount of arguments we had to have with customers. Not arguments, but I want to say like the customer's always right, obviously. But sometimes customers would call and say, "Let me get a large pie, half pepperoni."
The customer's always right. I got to interrupt you. Unless they order online and they put it in wrong. In that case, the customer's wrong. So
Exactly.
actually, Slice helps us where the customer's wrong. But yes, the customer's always right.
I agree. And so if somebody called and said, "Okay, half pepperoni," and then you send them a half pepperoni pie, then they'll call back and say, "I ordered a full pepperoni." Now it's an argument of like, there's no proof of
Yeah,
who
the
said
customer's
what.
always right. It is what it is. The girl could have, or
Yeah.
the guy could have clicked the wrong button, misunderstood him because it's very noisy. That's why I always promote ordering online. Whatever you use, order online because then it solves that problem.
It solves the problem, exactly. And when the customer's ordering online, it's clear they're choosing the buttons as you said, and then when the order is submitted, even if it's not exactly as they intended it, they know that they're the ones who made the mistake.
Exactly.
And they accept it.
And
So
that's where the customer's wrong.
correct. Correct. I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about the food because I was telling you a story. One of my relatives who came by had no idea of our affiliation. Tell me about your famous grandparents' pizza.
All right. If you Google it, it's the only pizza in the world right now called the Grandparents, the way we do it. Everyone has a drunk grandma, grandma's, grandpa, but it's stuff similar. The Grandparents is half grandma, it's our grandma pizza, and the other half grandpa. All on one pizza. It's 2 different pizzas in one, half and half.
Half
so
and
I
half.
call it the Grandparents. So I'm sure people do something similar, but we're the only ones that call it the Grandparents. Hopefully people copy me, then I'll just consider it a compliment that they're copying me.
I've had a lot of guests on the show. One of the most consistent themes for a successful shop is to not copy. Everyone who's been on the show who's had a successful operation, whether it's one shop or 5 shops, the consistent story that they tell is how they certainly had influence from other pizzerias, maybe thought about one idea being really good, but ultimately made it their own. They're innovating. They're creating
Got
things
it.
based on what they think is going to work, based on the neighborhood, based on what the customers want.
Do you want to know the story behind the name Grandparents?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, we always have them on display. We have a grandma's pizza, which is like fresh, regular mozzarella, marinara sauce, and a lot of fresh garlic and basil. The grandpa's is more like a margarita. Plum tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, and basil. Not a lot of garlic, very little. So customer would be like, which one do you like? And I would always make a joke, and I think it was in Suffern. I'd say, one of each. Get the Grandparents.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how it started.
I love that.
And then that's it. The
Here
rest
we
is
are.
history. Then we're like, all right, we'll do the pizza, Grandparents. And everyone's like, it's kind of it's not easy to make. It's not like a pepperoni pizza,
Right,
cheese
right.
pizza.
Yep.
Then we just started doing it, and now we like mastered it.
Amazing. And you mentioned also that you don't like pesto.
Oh, I hate it. I just don't like green stuff.
How do you
I don't like pesto sauce. I love fresh basil, and I won't do it. I don't care who likes pesto. I don't want pesto.
and you
I
don't-
have to like everything on this menu, otherwise it doesn't get on the menu.
So
Everything here I'll eat.
how often do you work on your menu items? How often do you look at it and you say, okay, you know what? I'm going to innovate a little bit, or I'm going to tinker with this recipe or that recipe. Is that something that's now like where you spend a lot of
You
time?
kind
or-
of just do it. My brother comes up with a lot of stuff too, like the superoni. The superoni is like a thin square pizza with the cupping pepperoni, and then we put Mike's Hot Honey on it. It's really good. And then we were thinking of a name. I forget. He thought of a name like the Shakaroni or something.
Right. Yep.
Something like that. And then I don't even remember. I think maybe we interview him and ask him
Well,
about the name.
We'll get the details.
But
for sure.
everyone loves the Superoni. We started that a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. Everyone says Superoni. And I think
delicious.
we created the name Superoni. People are like, what? Superoni? What's that?
I'm gonna have to try it.
Most people call it like the cupping pepperoni. Roni cups. That's another one.
Roni cups.
So
right.
I just wanted our own name, Superoni. I don't think it's out there too. You can Google that one too.
I think
There's going to be a lot of Googling after this
a
podcast.
lot of Googling, yeah.
We got the grandparents Google. We got the Superoni Google.
Exactly.
They can ask my brother later over there.
What's your favorite pizza on the menu? What's the one you go to?
See, that's a tough one. I mean, it's going to have to be the grandma's. The drunk, I don't know. It's all the squares.
The squares is where you're.
Yeah. I mean, the traditional pizza's awesome too. We got to get Barstool here. I'm waiting for him.
We will have to. We'll definitely have to get him here.
We'll have to call him up.
Zooming out a little bit, what do you think is going to be the secret? Not secret, but what do you think is going to be the formula for success for Ninos in the next 5 years? One of the reasons why we're here, and I'm proud to be here, is to recognize you and the team and your family for your contribution to the community. I know you're running a business, but at the same time, you're here every single day. Countless families around this town and surrounding towns depend on you all for dinner, for their family night in. A lot of people, sometimes can't afford to go to dinner. They'll order pizza, gather everyone around the table, and you're all making that possible. You've been at the forefront of adopting technology to make sure that you're meeting the consumer demands. We're here because you are running a very special place, a very special location. And we're celebrating that, and I want to be here in 5 years or 10 years celebrating you still. What do you think is going to be the secret to being there in 10 years?
The secret is be consistent. Don't stop. Keep going. Don't relax. You shouldn't relax. Take it easy. That's the stupidest quote ever. Take it easy. Keep going.
Okay.
Be consistent. You have to use quality stuff, name brand products, because the whole thing with name brands is you could get as my father would say, sucker brand. Mm-hmm. The problem with sucker brand is not consistent. It could be good 1 week, and then the next week you're like, what's going on here?
Got it.
Name brand is you're paying for consistency.
What are some name brands?
I mean, they have grande cheese, Stanless, tomatoes. Rosa Grande, like pepperoni. Mike's Hot Honey. He's been very consistent.
He's
consistent. New, but he's very good.
He was a former guest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He's been on the show. And thoughts on technology? Obviously, that's been, again, very critical to your success. I know you just installed a point of sale system, which is super smart and important. How do you think, what do you think the role of technology is going to be in the next 5 years? Anything that you wish you had, like if you could snap your fingers?
Maybe with the phones, people calling.
You don't want people to call?
I'm trying to convert people to just order online. It's just so much easier. We have to focus on taking the deliveries, making the food. We shouldn't have to, training them, stuff. I mean, it's definitely easier now with the POS systems, but the credit card over the phone is a disaster. I wouldn't recommend it. I wish the news would just put it out there. Don't give credit card numbers over the phone. This way they have to order online. Mm-hmm. They just punch it in, Apple Pay, click the button, Face ID, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's
the best simple idea ever.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Anthony, this has been amazing. Anything else you wanna leave the audience with? Any last thought?
Thanks, Slice. Their technology helps us every day. You don't take them for granted, whether it's Slice or any other of those online companies. But they take the order and they process it, just the whole things about it, the support behind it. So there's other companies too, but it seems like we have the best support with Slice, and that's why we choose Slice. There's other companies too. We'll use a little of all of them or some of them, but I'll just tell you what's number one, Slice.
Thank you.
It's obvious.
Thank you so much.
You could probably Google that too.
I'm sure.
For pizza, the best.
The best. Thank you so much. Thank you. This has been awesome, and we'll let you get back to work.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.